Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I am here to talk and then do a reading on Justin Bieber because let me just bring the mic a little bit closer because it seems like, oh, is the mic still on? Okay. It seems as though JB or Justin Bieber seems to be going through in the last couple of months, I'll say. Actually, let's just be honest. Since Diddy, I don't think Justin Bieber has really been right. Like, let's be so for real honest right now. And then you thought it honestly would have gotten better as soon as he had Jack. But nope, Jack did not make his life any more better. Actually, I'm questioning if it made his life any more better. How's him and Hailey Bieber? You know, the media is going to make it look one way. But truthfully, I think she's is like the only probably support system in his life. I think he's finally found somebody who could be there, stand by him. You know, like they say, stand by your man. And she does. She stands by her man 10 toes, 1,000 toes down. Okay. She's like a mutant when it comes to it. It's just like as soon as you mention Justin Bieber, it's like with her. So so that's her guard. So that's his guard dog. Before you get through Justin Bieber, you got to get through Hailey Bieber. And honestly, that is a great thing to have, especially when you are currently going through some type of mental health crisis. Now, I'm not quite sure what is going on with the Biebs. Do you guys know what's going on with Justin Bieber? Because I'm not sure. Is he crashing out? Is he on some substances? Like, Justin, what's up with you? Do we need to like 5150 you? Like, I'm a little bit concerned here. However, I'm going to start with today and bring you guys back because recently I just found out and fans are very concerned, which completely understandable. Let me double check. Yes. Justin Bieber has lost his grandfather at the age of 80. And he took to Instagram to share a nice tribute post. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be reading some quotes for you guys so you can, if you're not caught up to date, well, you're going to be caught up today. So first off, Justin Bieber started with a recognition of his grandpops, saying, "Pop, I always took all your money. LOL. I remember you specifically telling me grandma gave you an allowance of $20 for a week. You would always I always convince you to spend I always convince you to spend on snacks at the hockey game on Friday nights. Reluctantly, you always gave it to me. Corn nuts, Skittles, gumballs, Chuck-a-Puck, and slush puppies." Shout out to the Junior B references. Okay. I'm not quite sure. Continuing on some more, he said, "For enduring all of my grandpa's heckling, for all of your horrible referee calls, LMFAO." My grandpa wasn't shy in letting them know what they were being. God, JB. He said, "My grandpa wasn't shy in letting them know that they were being pieces of poop. I can't wait to see you again soon in heaven." Okay, we had to take a pause on that one. He said, "Until then, I know you're waiting down. Oh, I know you're watching down, probably still heckling Betty or Fagin for missing the cross-check call in the corner there. LMFAO. I will miss you. I will ache. And I will sit and let myself remember all the wonderful times that we've had. Sending my prayers," one person has said. Another person says, "Praying for you." So that's what's going on with Justin Bieber and his passing of his grandfather just recently. Prayers going up to his grandfather's pop sounded, or grandpop sounded like he was somebody that truly spoke his mind. I wonder if he was a Sagittarius or he could have been a Gemini. One of those two. One of those two. Those are the socials. Or he could have been a Leo. A Leo will let you know how they feel. Or he could have been an Aries. Okay, so a fire sign. I'm picking up a fire sign here. However, let's rewind it back some more, because now we're going to talk about the real heavy stuff, because that's just the tip of the iceberg, because fans have been genuinely concerned for Justin Bieber before this post was even made about his grandpappy. So, one thing that he has made a comment on is he has taken to social media to talk about, yet again, about grace and learning to love yourself. And we've heard this spiel before. I'm here for all positive talk messages, rah rah. But just Bieber, you've already talked about having grace on yourself and being able to look back at your older how do I phrase this? Because you're always getting older, but looking back at your past self and having grace with yourself and having love for yourself, just for you to come back again to the same topic is interesting. So let's hear what he has to say about grace. Grace changes everything because it shifts the foundation of your entire life. Facts. You think you have to earn love, so you live anxious, always chasing. You never rest, you never feel safe, because it's all up to you. Interesting, philosophical. He says, you are already loved, so you live free and not frantic. Reading different quotes here. It's going through the sisters. Wow. Going through the paragraphs. Next thing he says is that grace rewrites the story. What are you trying to have grace of yourself about, Justin Bieber? Maybe with Scooter Braun, maybe with Usher, maybe with Diddy. What are you trying to have grace with yourself with Selena Gomez? Like, what are we trying to have grace here for, Justin Bieber? I just need to know, what are you trying to rewrite your history on? Then he continues to say, yes. Okay. Here it says, in another post, the Grammy winner elaborated on the profound experience of being fully accepted by God. Gosh, I can even get that one out. Describing it as being home in God's eyes, a place without accusation, withdrawal, or uncertainty. Instead, it is filled with reassurance of being wanted, chosen, delighted in. I mean, great. All great things. Yes. Have that for yourself, Justin, though. And then he says, it is love that isn't polite. It shatters your self-hatred. It floods your shame until there is no shame left. Yes. Yes, Justin Bieber. I am loving these realizations. He continues to further on say, if your spirit feels guarded right now, it's not a rebellion, it's wisdom. True. That's truly, I have forgiven and moved on. I have forgotten and truly forgotten, but the lessons I still carry with me. Now that is grace. So he says, you are more than your fear, you're more known than your fear, more loved than you dreamed, more safe than you thought possible. Okay. Okay, JB. He says, everyone, yes, let's jump onto that one, because his next thing he had to say is the fact that everybody's telling him to get out of LA. Well, Justin Bieber, that was actually your wife that has said that. And if it was not Hailey Bieber that says that you need to get out of LA or get a break from LA, somebody in her camp said that she said it. So now the rumors are on the street. So now everybody's saying you should leave LA. Even I said it. I know I said it. I'm one of those people that said everybody that he needs to leave LA. He truly does. And here's how he feels in response to that. And he read me. I'm sorry, Justin. He says, everyone's telling me to move from LA. You think I'm going to get bullied to leave where my influence is most needed? I'm sorry, Justin. I didn't know your influence was much needed. Last time I checked, you was hiding underneath a rock. But to each their own. Where's that album you're working on? I heard you're supposed to be working on an album. when we get in that album. Hailey Bieber told you to go on tour. She did. She told you to get your behind on tour. She said, stop being depressed in this house and go get some money for this household and baby Jack Jack. Okay, that's basically her attitude. Point blank period. Let's just look at the facts here. She's like, can you stop sulking and get busy? That's how she's feeling. She's like, distract yourself. Forget. I even said this in my last reading I did on him. She said, basically, Justin Bieber, get out of the house and face your fears. You are putting yourself in an isolated area because you don't want to interact with everybody. And we know that Justin Bieber has been kind of on a middle finger to the paparazzi lately. I mean, I know the paps isn't helping his anxiety of getting out of the house. At this point, he's probably agoraphobia at this point. I mean, we did just see him at Coachella, but did he honestly look happy at Coachella? So like, for real, somebody looked like he blinked twice, Justin Bieber, if he was forced to go to Coachella. I'm not even kidding. He looked like he was there against his will. Like somebody said, if you don't get out in this Coachella streets, and he was like, okay, I will. I don't know what Justin Bieber is on. I don't know what Justin Bieber is doing. Justin Bieber and Coachella just hasn't been great. Because you remember the last time we saw Justin Bieber at Coachella, he had some weird interactions with Jaden Smith. And now he's acting weird just by himself. Okay, I don't know. Those are just things I noticed. I just noticed. And then one thing he said lastly before I move on, and I think I've gotten all the quotes that I need to run down the breakdown of Justin Bieber here. He says, it's embarrassing, but with that said, I want nothing to do with that. So as a grown adult with a wife and son, I just want to be submerged in the culture, learning from any and everyone, and be the proponent and advocate for love and equality. I'm here and down for that. But are you having love and equality for yourself, Justin Bieber? I mean, we can do this all hurrah. I'm trying to save everybody, but not save myself. I'll be a rescue ranger for y'all, but I'm not going to be a rescue ranger for myself. I will pitifully fall in demise. But while I'm in my demise and in my pit hole of hell, I'm going to save you guys, though. I'm going to save you guys, even though I'm freaking miserable right now. That's how he's coming off. That's literally how he's coming off. And I'm like, great. Thank you for trying to save us, but please save yourself. We're more concerned for you than you should be concerned for us at this point, Justin Bieber. I am so honestly being truthful right here, right now. I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with these posts. I love the fact that he is sharing and expressing his journey. Social media is like his diary, or like his therapist, or like his coping mechanism. All things that social media should not be used for, actually. But we know how this generation and this world and day and time that we live in, we are a little bit too glued to social media. And that's exactly why he needs to get his behind out of Hollywood, because he's a little bit delusional to think that his influence is needed in LA. Who is calling for Justin Bieber? I'm being so honest. Who is saying, running down the streets naked, saying, "Where's Justin Bieber?" I don't see any wackos running down the street saying that they desperately need their dose of Justin Bieber or they're going to go kill themselves. So Justin Bieber, I don't know what you mean that your influence is needed in LA. What are you influencing in LA? Because Coachella was not it. Are you influencing us to be depressed? Like, what are you trying to influence us with? Are you trying to influence LA and Hollywood to feel sorry for you and feel like they have fucked you up? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. But that's honestly how I feel. Like, please tell me, what is this influence that you have in LA? Your wife has more influence than you at this point, Justin Bieber. Hailey Bieber's like on the pedestal, giving her whole spiel of how people have a whole love-hate relationship with her, but she's basically carrying the back of this relationship in LA at this point, while you are sitting in the corner cuddling baby Jack Jack, which is cute and adorable and all. and Haley loves it. But also at the same time, I'm not sure if this is just you saying this because you're feeling like Haley's trying to like push you out of LA and she's influencing everybody. I don't know, because people have also said it's really rare for Hailey Bieber to even talk about Justin Bieber. So the fact that she recently acknowledged him in her recent award that she had just won, I think it was something about beauty and makeup. So to even then mention Justin Bieber, that just shows you how much she truly loves him and how she's truly thinking about him. And that even though when she's gotten this award, she said, "Thank you for being there, honey, and being my support system." You both are each other's support systems. People do not read that wrong. Be like, "Oh my God, Haley's just using Justin Bieber. She needs to support him, not him support her." Okay, y'all, pipe down, pipe down. Love-hate relationship with Hailey Bieber. But my point is to be said. He has a loving wife and a loving son at home. He even said it himself. I should be enjoying my time right now with my wife and with my son and be a grown adult man doing whatever I want. I'm like 36 or like in my 30s. What are you guys still doing? Child and policing me like I'm some 15-year-old or some 12-year-old. I'm not baby Justin Bieber anymore. I'm a grown adult Justin Bieber. Okay, we hear you, JB. You didn't have to tell us off like that. So I'm just here to pull some cards. We'll see. We'll see what the cards have to say. Mama Crone did just want to know. I have her note right here. She wants to know, does Justin Bieber have a severe mental disorder or is he having a drug problem? So we'll figure that out. That's what I'm going to truly pull cards on. Let's see if I'm going to pull 5 cards, just 5 cards. Okay. What's going on with you, Justin Bieber? Oh boy, what's up with the Biebs? Are you happy? Are you depressed? Are you faking the funk? Do you just wish everybody would leave you alone? Do you just want to bed rot in your house and just live your best life, however you choose it to be? So, that being said, I think I've shuffled the cards enough. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. It was we got a nice deck. Okay, it just wanted to read today. I'm honestly going to flip all these cards because apparently they're all mixed upside down and right side up, and sometimes all my cards come upside down, and that's just not right. So because of that, I'm going to have to honestly reflip these cards. So that being said. Oh, how fitting. It's left me to choose my outcome. So with that being said, I'm going to put these cards away because this outcome card will be this oracle cards right here. Because since I said I was going to pull 5 cards and it only gave me 4. So what we see here at this very moment with Justin Bieber is a Son of Wands or the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight of the deck. So right now, wow, how can I say this? I'm going to jokingly say this, but it's kind of like a a double entendre. He's on speed. Like take it as you may. He's in a whirlwind. He's spiraling. He's like whoop, 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 like yeah. Yeah, his just energy is just sporadic all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but it is sporadic. You get bursts of it. You know, when you're the fastest moving knight of the deck, think about it when you're running a race. They tell you to pace yourself when you're racing. If you start off gun-ho like that, you're going to be the last one to finish because you've just worn out all your energy starting it off this great speed because you want to get ahead of everybody and just to be the last one at the very end. Story of his life, right? He basically sold his soul to get on top, and look where he has gotten. So, but I can't blame it on him. Let's look at his parents too, because his mama did this too. Let's be honest. She even said, "Well, I didn't know what was going on. I just sent him over there to the Diddy house or to Diddy's mansion." Like, she's like, "I didn't think nothing of it." I get it. Different times, different days. we didn't know about what was going on in Hollywood like we know now. We definitely would be thinking we would double, triple, quadruple check before sending anybody anywhere. I'm hearing that there are down there in LA fake scams, fake job offerings that when you go there you get abducted. So nothing is truly as it seems these days. And so because of that, maybe that could be how Justin Bieber is feeling at this very moment, that the lines between reality and his suffering is starting to blur. But the Son of Wands, the fastest moving knight of the deck, the King of Wands, I see this as somebody who's a charmer, somebody that is able to you hone and use their energy to get them places that they need to be. However, we do not see that the case is Justin Bieber, because does he look like he's in his prime right now? No. Does he look like he's getting to places where he needs to be? No. Actually, he looks like he's taken a Jack and Jill or a Humpty Dumpty. So he has taken a great fall, or has fallen, can't get up. I forget the nursery rhyme. What? Oh no, I'm thinking of Hickory Dickory Dock. What was the nursery rhyme with Jack and Jill? Because one of them fell trying to grab a bucket of water. But anyway, all those tragic stories. Those are the sentiments that I'm getting for Justin Bieber. It's just yeah. However, there's some great things to look forward to, because underneath we see the Three of Wands, which symbolizes, speaking of this Wands energy that he seems to be in right now. Is Justin Bieber a Virgo? That's the one thing I didn't ask. I hope he's not a Cancer, and I hope he's not a Pisces. Oh, he is a Pisces. Well, moving right along. So we see here with the Three of Wands, even though he's not in his element, fire is quite opposite of the water, but I do see some element above him with the Daughter of Cups or the Page of Cups, which is great to see. However, we're missing an Earth card, so therefore there is some foundation missing out of here, but I did not pull a fourth card. Maybe the fourth card would have been a Pentacle card. However, it just wasn't meant to show up, so therefore there is something lacking on the mundane physical level. There's something lacking in his day-to-day life. I don't know what's lacking, but he's looking towards the future. He's looking out at what's before him. He has been sitting up in his throne, looking out at the audience, and has been sitting there thinking, should I get back out there? And there goes his loving wife. Yes, you should get back out there. Also leave LA. And he's just like, I don't think I'll leave LA, but I think I will get back out there as long as the paparazzi doesn't bother me. But it's all looking good. I think, emphasis on think, I'm ready to go back out there. I think I'm ready to face the world. I think I'm ready to take the world on, take it on strong. You know, like they say, poke out my chest and be like, I'm ready to take on the world. It's me against the world. What? And we see here that in his past was the the Ace of Swords. Now, I'm not sure if he's recently had some type of mental clarity, if some like light bulb aha moment has gone on in his head, and that's why he has been weirdly downward spiraling, or if he's recently just had like a mental snap and hasn't been quite ready to flip the switch back on. So the switch is currently malfunctioning. We should probably get an electrician to check out that switch. But that's what I'm getting from Justin Bieber. Something clicked, whether it was clarity, whether it was just mentally overexhaustion, whether it was just being too much mental pressure from LA, from the paparazzis, from everybody, us fans. Let's be honest, all of y'all was telling him, Justin Bieber, tell your story. What happened on with Diddy? We know he was affected by Diddy. He's like, I don't want to talk about Diddy. Diddy is my worst nightmare. Why do you want me to talk about it? So because of that, some avoidance. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. Like we said, that was young Justin Bieber. You know, there's some things that you don't want to go back and relive in your past. And he clearly does not want to go back and relive that in his past. However, it's constantly, currently, always in his face. So how can he not relive it? So it's like PTSD on steroids. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he dissociates and literally loses track of reality without even the need of substances. Okay. That's just how affected I'm like seeing him being. And then what I see above his head is the Daughter of Cups, or the Page of Cups, which is he's learning to gain control over his emotions and not allow his emotions to rule over him, and maybe even get a little bit reckless. But he's learning that his emotions, while they may take precedence and are completely ruling him, mind, body, spirits, he's learning to work through it. He's learning to find the answers through it. Maybe there's some things that he hasn't quite processed and he needs to unlock that if he wants to be able to move forward from the position that he's currently stuck in. And he's trying to vigorously, quickly, maybe even a little bit recklessly, because when you're the fastest moving knight of the deck, are you really even paying attention to what you're doing? Actually, I just remembered that the fastest moving knight of the deck is actually the Knight of Swords, not the Knight of Wands, but the Knight of Wands is the second moving deck. Second moving, fastest moving knight. The third fastest, or you could say the second slowest moving knight, would be the Knight of Cups, which he was almost there. He's one step away from being, which is great. That's actually great to see that because after the Page comes the Knight evolution here. So if that's the case, he's going to be going from a Son of Wands to a Son of Cups, or a Knight of Wands to a Knight of Cups. So while moving quite fast, maybe even still a bit recklessly, but that's just all because he's overconsumed, has too much energy. It's like the Energizer Bunny. He winds him up and he can't wind down. So because of that, he has to figure out how to unwind himself, because he's the one that got himself on this perpetual loop. So because of that, speaking of the perpetual loop, we see the lemniscus, the infinity sign on the Ace of Swords, which was in his past, to symbolize, like I said, something, whether it was a snap or a clarity, something happened mentally, because I'm seeing this lightning, and lightning strikes fast like a hot skillet. You don't see it coming, and it leaves you paralyzed, if not dead. So, yeah, I'm not sure what has gone up here in Justin Bieber's head, but his emotions is ruling over his head. If you really want to think about it, he's kind of like the hangman, where he's upside down. His feet is where his head should be, and his head should be where his feet are. Yeah. So because of that, Justin Bieber's world is upside down. And when it's upside down and confusing like that, and you start to blur the lines, like I said, dissociating. Dissociating is when you basically lose track. Okay, let's talk about dissociation here for a second. I'm not trying to mental diagnose him here, but I follow a channel that is very informative about explaining having DID, which is dissociative identity disorder. And usually, listen, I know Justin Bieber was found around the age of 14. So it's not like he had repeated trauma that would cause him to have this type of mental disorder, DID for short. Look it up. It used to be called multiple personality disorder, but the DSM has renamed it and reclassified it. I'm not here to break this down for you guys, but this is just basically what I've learned from watching this channel and really seeing their experiences that they have gone through. Not through their trauma, but just basically what DID is like to live with. And the best way I could explain it from looking at them and comparing the similarities I see in Justin Bieber, because there's no way he can have DID and he hasn't had repeated trauma before his frontal lobe his brain was able to fully develop and merge into one cohesive personality. However, here's the caveats. We're still growing and developing until we're the age of 21 or in our early 20s, where our brain has fully matured and developed. So yes, you could still have some repeated traumas in your teenage years that could have you dissociate in certain types of ways. There is a whole spectrum of dissociative disorders out there. But basically, dissociation is, you could literally be sitting here, you know how like somebody could be like talking and you like, let's be so honest here. It is okay to dissociate. We all do it. It's a little healthy to dissociate. And to dissociate basically means have you ever been talking to somebody and your mind just drifts off and wanders, and next thing you know, you're just like, whoa. The next thing you know, you're just like, whoa, what happened? Where did the time go? Or maybe you're driving home and you do this same thing over and over again, that your brain basically goes on autopilot, and suddenly a hour-long drive turns into what feels like 10 minutes, and you're just like, where did the time go? That's dissociating. Now, to dissociate continuously on a day-to-day basis and not even realize that you're dissociating is when you have a disorder. So that's why I'm just like, I am not saying Justin Bieber has DID, but I see that he could have some dissociative tendencies just based off of the repeated trauma that he's had before his fully grown up adult brain, as he likes to say. He's a grown adult man now, but before he was a grown adult, he was a child that was still vulnerable, that still had innocence in him, that still had the world before him, and he was just taken advantage of by the industry. Even Madison Beer has talked about how she knows Justin Bieber has gone through a lot and she was signed by Scooter Braun, and she had inappropriate things and been taken advantage of by Scooter Braun, the same person that managed Justin Bieber, and now it's the same person that is managing K-pop, which honestly, are we surprised he's over there? The K-pop industry is full of manipulative people that are going to take advantage of these desperate idols in Korea. That's what I'm talking about. But here in the idol, he basically had to flee his manager status here in America because he knew she was getting ready to come down, and he was just like, I don't want to be a part of that, so I'm no longer managing, so nobody can point fingers back at me. And if you want to, that's in the past of me. I'm no longer managing Americans, so have a fight with me if you want to, but Scooter Braun's like, don't come for me. So because of that, Madison Beer's like, based off of my experience of Scooter Braun, and I met Scooter Braun around the same time and same age as Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber, I think, introduced me to Scooter Braun and Usher. So we see the pattern here. It's a chain. So Madison Beer has understands what Justin Bieber could be going through. She even said it herself that he has gone through so much. So for that to be said, honestly, let's be real. Let's go back to dissociating for a bit, because it's much more than just blanking out or your mind wandering. Let's really talk about this repeated abuse, this PTSD. And I recently learned from a friend that there's even a thing called a CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So there's layers to how stress can affect the body. And while I'm here talking about all this educational stuff, stress, when it gets in your body, it manifests itself. It degenerates your healthy cells in your body. And basically, science says stress kills you. No cap. Stress literally reduces your life. And because of that, to be suffering with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, that like there's some people that when they have PTSD, their body, that stress, that tension, that memory is still captivated in their body. They haven't found a way to process it, even with going through therapy. And because of that, when they get triggered, they get thrown back to reliving it. Like they think that they are literally being experienced the abuse, experience the neglect, whatever their PTSD is, they are thrown back into that child like mindsets. So because of that, no wonder I started talking about nursery rhymes. We're talking about a regression here of the younger Justin Bieber, that he is learning to shelter, learning to work with, learning to heal his inner child is what he's learning to try to do. But it's a messy process. It's the shadow work. Shadow work is not easy. It's an up and down thing. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days. That's all. It's like that when you're recovering from any type of health condition, whether it's a spiritual health, whether it's a physical health, whether it's a mental health. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. It's going to be ups, it's going to be downs. It's going to take you on a loop-de-loop and spin you all around. So because of that, you just got to be on the ride. And because of that, Justin Bieber is on the ride. And sometimes you got to learn to be able to take control and take the reins on yourself, which I think he's in the process of doing, ? But like I said, healing looks different for everybody. That's all I got on that phrase. I don't think I can elaborate any more on that one because, so because of that, just so speaking of PTSD, sorry, I'm a little bit hot. Speaking of PTSD, when it comes to Justin Bieber and how he could be, like I said, this Diddy literally sent him in we knew Justin Bieber has some problems, but we didn't know these problems were like this. This is a bit extreme. It's like every week, everybody's like, prayers going up for Justin Bieber that he doesn't die. Like, that's literally what it's coming down to. Everybody's pretty much just waiting to see the demise of Justin Bieber, because it looks like a circus poop show. Like Britney said, circus is looking like a circus with Justin Bieber, and everybody is coming to see the odd beauty, the odd wonder, the reject, you're just trying to find love, so you're going to exploit yourself so people can love you kind of thing. So because of that, let's just pick out an outcome card for Justin Bieber with this oracle card. I hope I explained dissociative identity disorder and dissociating and the levels of it, and PTSD and how stress can kill you and live in your body, but also just the fact that PTSD, the fact that he is reliving some of those moments is concerning. But I'm not sure if he has any mental diagnoses. You guys can let me know down in the comments. Please inform me. However, we're just going to pick a card, an outcome card for Justin Bieber's future and his mental health. Okay. Maybe I should shuffle these again, shouldn't I? I didn't like that card. The outcome card is negative vibes. Who likes negative vibes? And that's all I've been talking about. It's just negativity here, and just the concern, and the concern for his future is very much granted from all of us. We should definitely remember, everything I do say is allegedly, no matter how passionate I am about it. Please do go do your research on yourself about these mental disorders that I talked about. I don't want to mention the channel that I listen to because I know they are a little bit controversial. However, I'm sure if you look at a, I forget the guy's name. Wow, he has like curly hair. Yeah, like that's going to tell you guys anything. Anthony Padilla was his name. Yes, him. If you look at his channel and you look years ago, or if you look up Anthony Padilla, DID, you'll find who I was talking about. I'm not sure if he's interviewed anybody else, but I think this was like his very first time ever interviewing somebody like this, and this is where he was kind of trying to take some seriousness, and his channel kind of got flack after that because these people are very much controversial. However, they are very informative, and they are definitely truthful. So that's a whole nother side story. That's a whole nother side story. I don't want to get into that side story. So one more card. This is just me in denial. This is just me in denial about those negative vibes. The cards fell out. I did not pick the cards. So for once, I'm going to say I wasn't really a fan of that. Okay. I'll take those 3 cards. I'll take those 3 cards. So the first card that I said was negative vibes, which I wasn't feeling. The next card that came out was fire, which is creativity. I could get down behind that because his card, he was the fire. So I could see that. He's still going to be technically in his element, but like I said, fire is the opposite of water. However, even though it's opposite, it's complementary at the same time. So as a Pisces, he could be opposite of Pisces is Virgo, so that's actually an earth sign. But yeah. What could be a good compliment to Pisces? Sagittarius would be a very good compliment to Pisces, just based off the fact they are ruled by Jupiter. So because of that, if he could expand himself a little bit more, that'd be great. And then lastly, wow, talking about expanding himself, the card that I picked was old, which you don't want that in your future. You don't want old negative energy in your future. Like I talked about, this is like regression. I don't know why. I almost want to say just be reverted back into his baby phase. Like if you think of the story of Benjamin Buttons, this is the weird kind of vibe I'm getting with his future, because in the future there should not be old, stale, creative energy. Like he's washed out. Like his creative drive just isn't there. It's lackluster. It's just cramping his style and cramping his image, and he's trying to get up in the studio, and even though he was taking some questionable videos, those dark brown bags underneath his eyes, like he's sleep deprived and is suffering from insomnia, was kind of questionable. And the way he was acting a little bit erratic. It was questionable. It was questionable. But all that, he's still living in all that energy, and it's going to carry forth with him to the future. Sadly, he's going to be carrying that old baggage from his childhood still with him in his old grown adulthood, as he's getting ready to be a what do you call it? A father to a son. Which honestly, you know how the story goes. We definitely know that if Justin Bieber does get Jack out there, you know he had to, you know that was that was a sacrifice if you get Jack out there, because the industry always wants your firstborn. They say give us a child, whether it be a boy or a girl, but they probably prefer a boy. But hey, give us your first child, and we'll be happy. Just give us a child and get that child in the industry. Keep your legacy alive. Yeah. That's how the industry rolls with them. And because of that could be another thing that is weighing on Justin Bieber. Now that they do have their first child, him and Hailey Bieber, they both are in the industry, and they both have brought a child in together. Now, what do we do with baby Jack? Do we pawn off baby Jack? Do we save baby Jack? I don't know. Are we going to repeat old history and make generational trauma for the Beaver's name? Where if you marry a Beaver, you know what exactly lineage you are getting yourself tied into? So there's a lot going forth weighing on Justin Bieber, and it's not going to get easier. And we know. Is he going to be called to try? Because the Diddy case is far from done, my friends. It hasn't even gotten started. And look at where Justin Bieber is already. And the case hasn't even started. It's been postponed multiple times. Honestly, I don't know what Busby could honestly do to prove Diddy at this point, because at this point, at this very moment, if you're in the Diddy lawsuit and you're one of those 124 accusers, I would sure hate to have Tony Busby as my lawyer right now, because it doesn't seem like it's going to hold very well in courts. And honestly, why hasn't Busby been debarred? Let's talk about it. Why isn't he debarred? He should get debarred after this, but that's my side tangent. That's my side tangent. If he's able to actually like do something, okay, maybe he can keep his license. But if he's going to keep up with this fooleriness, bye. We don't need another lawyer like that. Peace. We don't need another Tony Busby. Bye. No. No. Our industry does not. No. No. Just no. No. That's all I got for Busby. It's just no. So because of that, we'll see how Justin Bieber will continue to unfold as the Diddy cases unfold and the trial begins, and maybe they have to start calling witnesses to the stand. Oh, people really want Justin Bieber to try, and oh my God, as long as they keep talking about the Diddy, they're gonna keep talking about Justin Bieber, because Justin Bieber is about it, and he's gonna keep it that way. And so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Justin Bieber. I sure did. It was a little bit lengthy. I did take a good minute breakdown to really show you guys, so you guys can hear his quotes for himself, how he's feeling, where his mental state is, and these cards. Even though I pulled out, it was supposed to be 5, 6, 7, but I pulled out 7 cards. Which, oh wow, sorry, Justin. And either way, he would have ended off on a bad number, whether it was 5 in friction or whether it's 7 with the 7 deadly sins. And yeah. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Justin Bieber. I sure did. Please leave your comments down below. Are you concerned for Justin Bieber? Did this reading make you feel any less concerned for him? And with that being said, hopefully I brought some light to you guys, especially with some DID and just social. Like I keep saying, I'm not diagnosing him with DID. He does not literally meet the criteria to be a DID candidate. But that doesn't mean there isn't other severe anxiety or dissociative disorders out there that could lead to him losing lapse of time, track of time, forgetting that he's done things. It's at least with DID, you have different identities, and those different identities, remember, but like if you're just that one single person, that's basically this is where I want it to get at. Dissociative is your mind protecting protecting itself by literally creating amnesia. It's not like you hit your head and had a concussion and you got amnesia. No, your brain literally created amnesia and just said, nope, take that memory away. In order to survive, take that memory away. We do not need that memory. Compartmentalize it so far down, I can't even remember it's there. And I'm the brain. The brain doesn't want to remember the memories. So it's like, where the hell can I put these memories where I can survive and not feel like I'm constantly on flight and that I basically need to end it all and go jump out a window. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed that, because when there's no escape like that, it's like claustrophobia, like beyond no other. It's like no escape. It's like the back rooms. It's like you've been no clipped out of here. It's like how, when, where, why, trying to search for an exit and cannot find an exit. It's like a maze, a long freaking maze that has no end. And like, think of Maze Runner. All these really good analogies today. Man, I am on fire. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And now that I finally got dissociative disorders out there for you guys, please hopefully you enjoyed it. And please do the research for yourself out there more if you're curious about any of that. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. That would really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. Mama Crone and I would really appreciate it. And with that being said, give this video a thumbs up and please share. Are you interested in Justin Bieber? What's going on? Do you know somebody that's a huge fan of Justin Bieber? Or do you know somebody that could be suffering of some like mental ailment and they could hear this video and this can make them feel better? Play it forward. So with that being said, I hope to see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers!